And now you're CEO, which is phenomenal and very inspiring at the same time.
I traveled to at least 15-20 countries and got to know a lot of cultures, a lot of people, but specifically learned a lot of new businesses.
How difficult it is to start a company and then run it and take all the pressure on yourself as a solo founder for that matter.
Yeah, so I had a heart attack. Life teaches you those lessons that, okay, now you have to pause and stop and care about yourself.
Yeah.
And here I'm now enjoying because we are not building something from scratch. The 0 to 1 journey has been done. In fact, 1 to 10, 1 to 15 journey has also been done. We started ignoring people.
Ignoring people. So it's like starting saying no or just ignoring.
Stay saying no or putting them in an archive.
Okay.
You don't have to reply back to all the messages and every message.
Right.
That is a lesson which I heard. I have realized that, okay, you don't have to be in that go or becoming number one all the time. Stop comparing myself with others. Jerseys are very, very good breed to work with. If you can understand them and, you tell them what do you expect out of them. And
what have you learned from the founders of C-Prompt?
A lot of wisdom. So believing in that goal line and making money from that and scale it up to such a level is purely amazing.
Yeah.
I've seen so many very qualified people, a lot of very ambitious people with the right intent, not able to scale up the way these two humble people have done. So once you meet them, you'll see they are super humble. We ensure that the salaries of the employees come before the month even starts.
Right.
So some of these fundamental things is what we have learned from them, and their vision is कि विशाल सब कुछ देख के बढ़ता है, दबा के नहीं.
Hello and namaskar. My name is Ram Deshpande. This is our podcast, The Thing With This One Is. A podcast where we talk to industry stalwarts and leaders and understand different businesses and get into the details of how things happen. And one such stalwart that I have with me today is Vishal Makhija. Hi Vishal.
Hi Ram.
How are you?
I am good. How are you?
I'm good too. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me today. And I'm really happy to connect with you all over again after so many years.
Yeah, how many years? 10, 12 years.
I guess so, yeah. But Vishal and I know each other from many years ago. But it's always one phone call away, and it's something that doesn't require a whole new way of reconnecting or anything of that sort. He calls me, I call him, and immediately we are, as if we are back 12 years ago. We used to work together in a company called Evaluserve. I've known him since then when he started his career. And now he is the CEO of a company called C-Prompt Solutions, which is in the business of IT and IT solutions. Today, we are going to understand how Vishal has reached the heights that he has in his career, what and all he has been busy with, what his entire experience across many countries. He's worked in 10, 15 countries probably. We'll understand all of that from his journey perspective. But I also want to do an important thing, which is a working session. This is something that we haven't necessarily done before on our podcast. But what I want to do today is understand this whole business. A lot of companies, whether small or big, they have a huge cost, which is IT cost. And a significant amount of that cost is the hardware cost. Now, Vishal, I know, is in the business of solving hardware problems for companies across different businesses. It doesn't matter which business you are in. Everyone has laptops, everyone has servers and monitors and so many different things. How does that work? How does Vishal help his clients reduce the cost and also at the same time provide high quality and very, very good equipment? There is lots of nuances there that we would like to get into. So let's get started. Vishal, thank you so much again for taking the time. Like I said, this is going to be a working session. You have your laptop in front of you. Feel free to use it and show it and whatever you want to show me. All right. So Vishal, let's start with your journey first. I've known you since we were together in Shanghai, which is a lovely city.
Yeah.
And you started there as a business analyst, if I'm not mistaken.
Senior business
analyst, right. So he came in at a slightly senior position, which is like a project manager sort of a thing. And now you're a CEO, which is phenomenal and very inspiring at the same time. So why don't you tell me a little bit about how the last few years have been? Let's catch up.
Yeah, the last few years have been really roller coaster, right? So we were together at the Evaluserve, right, in Shanghai. Then from Shanghai, from China, I moved to Chennai to join Bero. Bero at that time was a very small company, relatively new, 4 years, I believe, old. And had a blast working there for 6 years. And that gave me an opportunity to travel a lot. So shifted to Dubai, and from that place I traveled to at least 15, 20 countries. And got to know a lot of cultures, a lot of people, right? Enjoyed a lot of new food, etc. But specifically learned a lot of new businesses. And so spent good 6 years there. Then Evaluator came calling back.
Oh, okay.
Right, so they were launching their products, procurement intelligence product, etc. So I always had that knack for technology and doing something new. So joined them back, created a couple of products, then realized that okay, this is now time for me to something on my own. That's when I started my first company, which was Ruth, which was outsourcing sales. That was really cool. I did a lot of sales for a lot of companies, 4 or 5 of them. That ran for 2.5 years. Then I realized that eventually it's becoming services.
Right.
Right. So everything was eventually boiling down to me. And when I turned 40, I decided to create a product.
Oh.
And that essentially came from the heart, word of the heart, because I come from Prayagraj, right?
Right.
So when I thought, okay, from Prayagraj, if with very little guidance and very little internet, right now everything you have on your fingertips, I can explore and visit places and do things. Then if we can provide guidance to people from small cities,
right,
they can also do the same things.
So when you mean guidance, what kind of guidance were you? And these are people who are just graduated from college and things like that. That's the group that you're working with.
So those are essentially the people who have just cleared their graduation in BCom, BSc, BA, not engineers, and tried to help them with their entry-level jobs.
Right.
So did that for 2 years. Was a lot of fun, a lot of learnings. But then came to realize that it was a huge project, and the investor sentiment was not that good. But luckily things work out. So one of the investor who was there in Tayyar was very good friends with the investor C-Prompt.
Right.
And they are scaling up big time. So now coming to C-Prompt, they are a 25-year-old company.
Right.
We are essentially the pioneers of renting and leasing IT equipment. We started this 25 years back when there was not even any laptop in the market. We used to have huge bulky desktops.
Yes.
And people used to carry 2 heavy machines on their on the thighs in a scooter.
Correct.
And delivered to clients. And from those 2 machines, we have so far delivered.
So we're talking about those big CPUs and the big CRT monitors, which would take a lot of space on your cubicle, and the keyboard and a mouse. So all of those things together.
Together was one piece, and in one scooter we used to carry 3 or 4 pieces.
Wow.
With a guy who's driving and with the engineer at the back. So those were the days. And
at that time they were assembling all these things, like they would do it per the customer requirement and all that stuff, right?
Everything was assembled. So a lot of hustle, a lot of hard work went into that.
Right. So when did you join C-Prompt formally?
I joined C-Prompt, it will be almost a year now.
Okay.
So I come here as director.
Right.
And CEO, and we are planning big things here from C-Prompt. We have received a lot of investment, etc.
Sure. Let's talk about all of that in detail.
Okay.
But it's very inspiring. I think you have a lot of corporate experience in different countries, and then you have entrepreneurial experience twice over, I think, right?
Yeah.
And different domains for that matter.
Yeah.
But it is also something that takes a lot of toll on you, right? Because I've known that you've suffered personally. And would you like to talk about that? Like how difficult it is to start a company and then run it and take all the pressure on yourself as a solo founder for that matter?
Yeah. So it is difficult, especially when you want to make it really big.
Right.
So there are 2 things. If you want to really make it big, or you want to earn something where you want to live a very healthy and aram wala lifestyle.
Right.
So and my ambitious, you know me, right? I am a very ambitious guy. So to make something big, you have to give a lot also. Which does take a toll on your body, or also on a personal front. Yeah. So I had a heart attack.
Oh, shucks.
Yeah. That was around 1.5 years back.
Okay.
That was not because of work, I believe, but maybe people and friends tell me that okay, work had a role in that. But I think,
Because work messes up your lifestyle, I suppose. Your eating, exercising, sleep, all goes for a toss when you're completely consumed by idea and chasing success of that kind. Did that happen to you?
Yeah, it did. It did at Tayyar, not in the first stint.
Sure.
But at Tayyar, I got so involved into it, and it was a very wonderful experience. We were building it up with a lot of kids from Prayagraj. I went back to Prayagraj with 50 kids. With all that energy, we got so much into it that sometimes you start ignoring things which are so obvious.
Right.
So life teaches you those lessons that okay, now you have to pause and stop and care about yourself.
Yeah.
So now all those good habits are back. Waking early in the morning, walking, and ignoring certain things.
Yeah.
So all that discipline is back.
Right.
Yeah. And here I'm now enjoying, because we are not building something from scratch. The 0 to 1 journey has been done, In fact, 1 to 10, 1 to 15 journey has also been done.
Yeah.
Now it's at the final journey of scaling it up.
Now let's understand Vishal as a leader, because he has taken up leadership positions across different businesses, geographies, and now as a CEO for that matter, and founder, and then now a CEO. Leadership position means a lot of things. Yeah. There are so many balls up in the air for any business. It doesn't matter small or big. What is your routine like? What was it like, and what did you discover was a problem? And now what have you changed to make it like, I should stop doing that and start something else? Are there any few things that you would like to share? Because a heart attack is a big deal, because when I heard that you had a heart attack, it was shocking. And you only hear worse things, right?
Yeah.
So it was very shocking, first off. But I'm so happy to see you now, hale and hearty, and hopefully doing better for yourself in terms of whatever it is that caused the heart attack back in the day. So what are those things that you changed in yourself, especially given the responsibilities on you don't reduce? I mean, moving from a founder to a CEO, the responsibility is still the same, I would say.
It increases.
It increases probably, right?
Yeah.
So what are those things that you changed in yourself or your style, working plus personal, if at all you can talk about that?
Yeah, I did 3 or 4 fundamental changes. First thing is the scheduling part of it, right? Waking up early in the morning, going to the better time, ensuring that you have the really good breakfast and the food habits, etc. And then not hitting the gym, but ensuring that I walk every day.
Right.
In the morning, taking fresh oxygen, etc. So those were the fundamental things which I changed in my lifestyle. Then a couple of other things which I started doing, which is now giving me results, which earlier I never believed in, is started ignoring people.
Ignoring people?
Ignoring people.
So it's like starting saying no, or just ignoring?
Saying no or putting them in an archive.
Okay.
You don't have to reply back to all the messages and every message.
Right.
That is a lesson which I learned in a hard way, because in my role, though I was entrepreneur, corporate, this, that, but I was always on field. So in my role, you meet a lot of people.
Right.
A lot of people who comes with a lot of expectation.
Right.
Managing all those expectations sometimes becomes really difficult. So yeah, identifying who are the right people and then just working with them or setting up the right expectation. Boss nahi ho payega. So that's the second lesson which I learned.
What was it earlier? Were you saying yes to everything? You're taking pressure of responding? Say, for example, if I were to send you an email, did you have the urge to reply immediately? And now you have stopped doing that? Something like that?
On emails, the urge to reply ASAP is still there.
Okay.
But essentially, earlier, when you are on field, you meet a lot of people. And since it was in sales, my entire journey was in sales. So you meet a lot of business people.
Right.
Now business people come with all their different products, etc., networking. So start ignoring them. Third fundamental change which I did was, I have realized that, okay, you don't have to be in that go or becoming number one all the time. Stop comparing myself with others.
Right.
So some of my batchmates have done really well. Some of the batchmates are doing at par. So earlier I had this urge, okay, uska unicorn ho gaya hai, uska IPO ho gaya hai, tumhara kyun nahi hua hai. So I've let that feeling go. And with these 3 things, now I'm in a very good space. Things have started. The results are also coming.
Yeah.
The results earlier were coming, but that was a lot of push and maybe 60% push, 40% natural. Now it's more natural. Now I'm a leader who stopped macro managing at all. Give empowerment to people. Gen Zs are very, very good breed to work with. If you can understand them and you tell them what do you expect out of them and don't disturb them a lot.
Right.
So I started adopting that philosophy. Earlier I was, no, give me that report, this report, this report.
Right.
So now it's much of a bigger picture.
Okay.
So those 2 things have made me at peace.
Right. So 3 things, that is scheduling changes, ignoring people, and giving importance to the right things is how you would summarize it?
Yeah, and empowering.
Empowering people in that way.
That much.
Okay. And that means you also spend time in recruiting the right kind of people and growing them or giving them the right tools or training them properly and so forth?
Yeah, that's the fundamental thing which I always believe in. Even if you look into my career, a lot of people who worked with me in previous companies have always joined me back in the other companies and so on and so forth.
That's a big thing.
Yeah, even as C-Prompt, 4 of my ex-people who have worked, they've already joined. More people are on pipeline.
Right.
So I always believe in nurturing people, giving them the skills. If you have identified the right person.
Right.
Right. With people, it's always a skill issue or a will issue.
Yeah.
So I more often than not look into will. If they have the will, then skill you can provide them.
Right.
So that has been the culture. So yeah, identifying the right candidate is a must for me. and post then empowering them and ensuring them that okay जाओ जो करना है करो, ये मेरी expectation है.
तो ये बताएं कि जो टाइम था आपका last 1.5 years or so, and getting out of a health situation is tough. Naturally, the doctors will tell you don't do this, don't do that. That pressure is also there, obviously, and then making sure that these changes actually happen. But that also has an impact in terms of people see that change and say, अरे ये बंदा पहले मुझे respond करता था, अभी नहीं कर रहा है, साला CEO बन गया है तो वो ज़्यादा भाव खा रहा है. ये होता है?
होता है, कुछ लोगों के साथ होता है.
हाँ.
And I intentionally let it go. अच्छा ठीक है, पहले तुम भाव नहीं दे रहे तब मैं नहीं दूंगा. Jokes apart, I have allocated times for friends, I have allocated times for business, and I have allocated time for family.
Right.
And now I started working like that. Became 43, so.
Correct. And I think that is also something that when we were speaking last, and you have a challenge in terms of your son's health, which is also something that is that should weigh on your mind.
Yeah.
Because obviously family सबकी होती है, but कहीं पे थोड़े से challenges ज़्यादा होते हैं. Because I know that your son has learning difficulties.
Yeah.
And I don't know how you want to describe it or if you want to talk about it. But managing that alongside all the other pressures is also quite something. Would you like to speak about that?
Yeah, I will. Earlier we were not speaking about Zayan. We haven't spoken a word about him for the past 10 years. But now we are very vocal about it. The reason is we want to educate others also.
Right.
Right. So it was when we found out that he was autistic. Like when doctor told us and we saw all the symptoms, but we were not accepting the fact.
Yeah.
It's the most important, very difficult thing for a parent to accept. सबको लगता है नहीं सब गलत है, कुछ नहीं है. But gradually when he turned 8, then we started accepting the fact, and then we started planning accordingly. So, and then we started seeing results, and now we have accepted the fact that okay, this is how Zayan is, this is how we can help him, and this is what we have to do.
Yeah.
Right. So we are not trying to transform him, and but gradually, step by step. And that process of accepting the fact has helped me a lot. Earlier, it was weighing a lot on my mind. Right. In fact, 24/7. Right. But now, because we have planned those things out and we have accepted those facts, so now it has become much more easier. So it's all about accepting. And once you accept, then you try to find the right solution around it, and you take peace in okay, are you doing the right things or not, and are you improving every day or not. So it's always every day at a time. So
did that change you as a person? Like, I mean, see, anyone who's watching, you have to understand that it's significantly difficult. Just dealing with a family member's health. If you're a primary caregiver, I mean, most of us in our age have older parents, for example. There are things that are a demand on our time. Child's health is even greater, because you see yourself in that baby, firstly, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you have everything going. Why are we doing anything? Because for our next generation.
Exactly.
How did that change you as a person? And did that also have an impact on your leadership style?
Yeah. So in most of the kids I see Zayan, who I hire now, and yeah, it has definitely changed. And because Zayan is non-verbal, he does talk to me.
Okay.
He does talk to his mother, right, Aparna. So it's just that other people who are not familiar with him, they can't see it because talking is not only verbal; it's from signs, it's from expression, it's from mood, etc., etc.
It's communication overall.
Correct. And because when you talk to a non-verbal, right, then you typically build up those skills where you are able to talk to other people also. So when sometimes you encounter a lot of introverts, right, who don't express or talk, they give signs and symbols and with their body language you understand all of those things. So those skills have honed up now, and then emotional intelligence. So when we were abroad, right, it was very cutthroat to the point, right. But in India, especially now, right, where Gen Zs are doing 80% of the work, right? Operational work.
Yeah.
The grunt work is done by them, right? And they don't, either they express a lot or they don't express at all.
Right? Oh, okay. So it's a binary situation?
Yeah. Okay. So with raising a kid, and especially a kid with special needs, it makes you much more aware, much more emotionally strong, and then you can read younger generation much more.
I guess patience goes up significantly, I suppose.
Yeah. You have to kill your anxieties, you have to kill your insecurities, you have to be very focused, and that essentially build up your patience, right? You have to be 100% on your patience all the time.
Can you take an example of how you would deal with an employee earlier? Say somebody who you gave a task and hasn't finished it on time, and you know that it's not for the lack of capability or abilities. And now the similar situation happens. How did you deal with that kind of situation earlier, and how are you dealing with it now? Do you see a difference in yourself in the way you deal with these things?
Not a lot, because you know me, right? I and people who worked under me with the internet, I have always been very, very patient with them. But yeah, when you know, irrespective of, you know, there are some smart kids. Right, and then you know that okay, they are doing it intentionally. Then you call a spade, right? But if you know they are struggling with the understanding, etc., then I just tell them one thing: don't come up with the problem. Come up with the problem, and what do you think? What's the solution of that problem for you? Right? And once this thing you do it once, twice, thrice, and then you sort of build that solution mindset. To the people, and that's what I do. So I focus a lot on training, hiring the right people, ensuring that they do go through 2 months of training, they know exactly what they're doing, what they're doing, and what will be the growth path. One thing which companies don't do is they just hire people and don't tell them what will be the growth path. What's in it for them, how much will they make, what will the career be like. But here and always wherever I worked before, we used to have very, very clear growth path. On day one, they will understand, okay, these are the goals, these are the KPIs, and if they do it like this is how they will grow. So people typically stick for that, and then the type of questions they come up with are not questions, typical questions which a lot of managers get. Okay, मेरा hike नहीं हो रहा, salary नहीं हो रहा, वो सब questions नहीं आते. क्योंकि fundamental questions मैंने पहले दिन ही 2 months में solve कर दिया. It's just technical things which they come up for a situation where the client is stuck, delivery is not happening, this, that, for any force majeure reason. So there I asked them, okay, what is the solution? A very simple example is today a girl, one of my engagement managers, wrote a wrong email to a client. And then the client was obviously confused. She said, okay, we have delivered you 20 machines, where the machine was delivered was 22. So some miscalculation. Then the girl panicked. So sir, client, we actually delivered 22, but by mistake I wrote 20, and the client is saying 22, and she's saying, why are you not charging us extra? Right, and what will the MD say, what will he say, what will she say? So they have a lot of questions because they have not gone through that journey. Right, fresh into the system, etc. Okay, anybody died? They didn't know. That's right, then by mistake there was a counting error. Just write that.
Fix it.
Things will be sorted. And then if you want to super please the client, just call her and also tell her and say, I'm sorry, but don't repeat it again. So if you fool me one time, that means okay. But second time it looks very, very obvious. So yeah. So I typically tend to spend a lot of time with my peers. So if they come up with a problem, I ensure that I give them good 15 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour to sort that thing. But I ensure that once I've given you that half an hour, you don't come to me again. Right, on that topic. You can come with a new topic again. Right, so that's the philosophy.
This is very interesting and very important for me to understand you, because I've seen you as a kid, I would say, you know, growing up. I mean, first jobs for everyone are a part of their upbringing. That's what I believe. You know, you get out of college, you might do 1 or 2 little things here or there, internships and this and that. But when you get into a formal setup, you get to meet people, you have a responsibility given to you, there are pressures, this, that. So that's part of your upbringing. You know, when you get into the first job, you're out of your comfort zone immediately. Unlike college, even in hostels, for example, there is a ecosystem which is tuned to making sure you're comfortable. Now, you providing that to your team members is excellent, great. What I want to understand now is the shift into the CXO level, you know, because that's the amazing thing that everybody is aspiring for, right? I mean, anyone who is entering the workforce, they want to grow, they want to get promoted, they want to end up in a place where they can call the shots, or they are known very well. The LinkedIn profile looks awesome. People like to flaunt their designations and all that stuff. So that aside, you know, what does a CEO role mean? I mean, different businesses have different aspects, obviously. But if you were to distill it into a few things, what does it mean to be the CEO? Because there's only one in a company, typically.
Very good question. So Typically, three things. First thing is you wake up, it looks fancy, but in the morning you look at the P&L, in the night you look at the P&L. So P&L becomes important. Then second thing is earlier when you are heading a BU, you have to take care of that BU, right? And now typically when you become a CEO, all the BUs are your responsibilities. Right, and हर धंधे में ऑपरेशन में कहीं ना कहीं तो फटेगा ही.
Correct.
Right, earlier only your BU was coming for you and you were fighting for them. Now the two BUs are like your two kids, and they are coming and they are fighting. So sometimes those things become very funny, especially in an organization which is growing and people are very passionate about doing what they are doing, and with all that energy and all that passion when they come to you, and when the two kids are both of them passionate are coming and they are fighting over things, what will a parent do, right? So it's more or less like that.
Okay.
So P&L and then this team mentorship, etc. And then third thing essentially is that added responsibility of a 5-year plan.
Like a vision.
So you also owe that vision, you also owe that 5-year thing, you also owe that to not only to your people, to your investors and everyone.
Right.
So typically, even when I was running a company like a founder, so it was building from scratch.
Yeah.
And in corporates, though, it was like 1 year. We used to wait for our appraisal. We used to do everything for our appraisal cycles, right?
Yes.
Now, essentially, you are responsible for that 5-year vision, 5-year growth, etc. So having one eye on the long-term vision at the same time ensuring that the macro things are going fine. So those are three aspects which I think people have to change or switch to. Spending a lot of time alone thinking on strategy. On leadership, it's more of tactical. Though it's strategy, but those are one-off offsites or quarterly review meetings, etc. Here, you have to be strategy at least 2 hours a day because things are growing, new partnership, new funnels, a lot of things. Yeah. So those are three things.
And also, I mean, not just having clarity yourself, but also communicating that to everyone involved. And I guess it's not that a CEO doesn't have a boss, by the way. It's, CEOs also have a boss. They have a board to report to. They have investors and obviously the founders of the company also. So how is that relationship now?
It's very interesting at C-Prompt because the founders or the MDs, they ran it for 25 years and they are 10 years, 12 years elder to me. So they have their wisdom, they have their knowledge to share. And at the same time, they are kids who are 21, 22, right? So managing them, and then this is a brick and mortar sort of a model, and it's very, very finance heavy. So when we buy machines, etc., they run some multiple CRs, right? Because they are very expensive. So managing bankers, managing these young people, managing people who are 12 years elder to you, and in brick and mortar, and I come from startup international environment. So you have to marry a lot of things, but what I've realized, Ram, working across countries, across businesses, is fundamental rules of the business are essentially the same.
Right.
सबको बस अगर ये समझा दिया कि कितना डाल रहे हो, कितना लगा रहे हो, और कितना आ रहा है, और कितनी देर में आ रहा है, वो चमक जाता है, तो things become very, very, very simple and easy.
Very nice. So somebody who has already run this business for quite some time is now trusting you with their company. It's a big deal. I think. Do you feel the pressure of that?
Yes, I will be lying if I don't say no. And the pressure is good because that keeps you driven.
Right.
But yes, and it's also very difficult for them to now move away from a CEO role to MD role, which is much more strategic, 24/7 strategic, because it's their baby. They're the innovators, right? They started from day zero with an idea, and now to tell them that okay, after 25 years, somebody else will drive the car, and they will make it 4x or 5x.
Yes.
So for them, everything looks good on paper, right? But Rome was not built in a day. It takes time. So that earlier first 5-6 months was a little tricky, I would say challenging, because luckily we have the right promoters here.
You're just getting to know each other properly, right? And building that trust and...
Correct. And ensuring that our work style matches.
Correct.
So I'm a very tech savvy, dashboard heavy sort of a guy.
Right.
And they essentially they're still stuck with pen and paper and at the best Excel files, right? So that transformation was difficult, but the best part here at C-Prompt is they were also willing to change. So the change comes from both the sides. They changed, I changed, somewhere in between. We have found a middle path where things are running beautifully and seamlessly.
Nice. What have you learned from the founders of C-Prompt?
A lot of wisdom. And how they build it up. A lot of people copy other people's ideas, right? Having that vision of starting that 25 years back Now people are renting and leasing. Doing that phenomena 25 years back and sticking to it. 100% revenue comes from just leasing and renting. We don't sell stuff, right? Though we get a lot of offers. So believing in that coal line and making money from that and scale it up to such a level is purely amazing.
Yep.
I've seen so many very qualified people, a lot of very ambitious people with the right intent, not able to scale up the way these two humble people have done. So once you meet them, you'll see they are super humble. In our office, we don't even wear chappal and went inside. We remove our chappals outside, go inside the office, and then the food, etc. We ensure that we give food for free to people.
Okay.
We ensure that the salaries of the employees come before the month even starts.
Right.
So some of these fundamental things is what we have learned from them, and their vision is कि विशाल सब कुछ दे के बढ़ता है, दबा के नहीं. So that is something which I've learned from them. A lot of very, very good learnings. So yeah. One other specific thing which Krishnakant Baldava, he's one of our MDs. There are two, Aditya Baldava and Krishnakant Baldava, both are my brothers. So one thing which I really like about Krishnakant is he has this funny, witty one-liners, which solves a lot of very, very complicated situations. So I went and told him about a partnership. Somebody approached us and said, okay, they will do this for 3 months for free of cost.
Okay.
So then, and I thought, this is amazing. We don't have to pay anything. It's good. Then KK came and told me that उनका तो हमें free भी महंगा पड़ेगा.
Okay. Why?
उनको पता है कि करेंगे फिर बाद में ना टाइम लगेगा, ये होगा वो होगा, फिर आएगा भी नहीं, आउटपुट नहीं आएगा. तो बट फ्री भी महंगा पड़ेगा.
Right.
Was a very interesting thought in itself.
Wow.
Right.
So it seems like he's a person who can visualize a problem from far away.
Very. Yes. Yes. Very,
That's the most effective project management, I would say, right?
Yes.
Like 6 महीने बाद क्या problem हो सकती हो आज आप जान के उसके हिसाब से आप steps लो, right?
Correct.
Wow.
और पूरा ऑफिस के लिए फेमस, वो कहते हैं वो प्रॉब्लम सूंघ लेते पहले से होने के पहले ही.
Correct.
So that's what you learn from experience. That's when what a person learns, which I strongly believe, if you have built something from your heart,
Right.
and you have told yourself for decades. 25 years is not a small time.
Yeah, man.
It's 2.5 decades.
Correct.
Right. So with so much of hard work and toil and seeing things spike up really well. At COVID time, everybody was asking for machines. Right. It was a supply market.
Yeah.
Seeing that market, then seeing a drop in supply obviously after that peak, and then now seeing the growth again.
Sure.
They are still so humble. They take a couple of other things on them. They have a fleet of very fancy cars. KK love his cars. But still in office, it comes in his Ola scooty.
Okay.
Right.
Electric.
If you have to go and meet a client which is far away, he will prefer to take a metro.
Acha.
Not go in his car because he wants to save time. Right. So they are that type of people. And one thing which I realized that I was exactly like that when we were growing up. Then that thing of, okay, now we are running and we are cozy, so we should not, we slip into a certain lifestyle. And then realizing them that, okay, they also have all the facilities, but they're so humble because they value time more.
Yeah.
Right. So now I picked up that also.
So they're able to compartmentalize, and I think that's crucial skill to have when you have a lot of things going on and there are so many choices. A person who's able to compartmentalize his personal comfort and what is important for the business is naturally going to succeed. Like someone taking a metro because it saves time is a lot smarter idea than driving a big car out there and taking extra half an hour just because you have a big car. It doesn't make any sense.
Exactly.
So that is phenomenal.
Yes.
Let's now segue into your business, the business of C Prompt. So Vishal, let's begin our working session now, in a sense. I would like to get into the details of your business, the nuances of it, and let's understand what goes on. What do your clients ask for and how do you advise them? And anyone who's watching this should be able to sort of frame a new strategy for themselves when it comes to procuring IT equipment, I guess.
Yes.
So let's talk about all that. So let's talk about C Prompt overall. What are the different services, products that you have? Okay, and then we'll dive into anything that is specific. Okay. Yeah. Maybe we can even start with your website.
Yep.
Okay, so we are on the home page now. As a new customer, I'll probably see this. Yeah. And then we have laptops, desktops, servers. So these are your primary products that you are selling. Oh, sorry, leasing, renting.
Leasing and renting. So laptops, desktop, servers.
Correct.
So there are a lot of companies which lease a lot of things, right? What is leasing? Let me just give you the concept of that.
So let's say I am a business owner or I run a company and obviously I have a staff and they need computers, for example. I might need a server, I might need desktops, whatever. Now, my first thought is, let me just go to Amazon and buy some. That is one option. Then second thought is that, why should I do that? Let me rent. Then I can also lease. Now, that difference between renting and leasing is what I would like to understand. So in effect, there are multiple parties here. One is the user, which is me. I'm running a company. Second is the retailer, and third is the manufacturer, and then fourth is you, who's coming in the middle somewhere here, and making things happen, which seem like, wow, how am I saving money because of C prompt?
Okay, cool. So if you are a owner, right, you need machines. First of all, you should not go to Amazon or Flipkart, etc. Because the product which you see there are B2C machines.
Okay.
They're not B2B.
Okay. So if I'm a business owner and I'm looking for IT equipment, generally my first port of call would be an e-commerce marketplace like Amazon. So if I go to Amazon and I just say laptop, okay, and let's say a general query, right, maybe under 35,000 or whatever, right? So this kind of a machine, so let's just say Prime Book 2 Max or scroll down a bit, please. Yeah, any of these machines, these are sponsored ads maybe.
Yeah.
HP Lite. So most of these results you say are B2C machines.
Yeah, they are B2C machines.
And what does that mean? A B2C machine versus a B2B. So for example, this one is i5 6th Gen, 8 GB RAM, 256 GB SSD. As a personal machine, it's pretty good, right? Where I'm checking email, browsing internet. Maybe I'm not doing AI related work on this thing, but sounds like a 20,000 machine is a decent one, right? But what do you mean a B2B machine?
So there are three fundamental things here in B2B, from hardware, from software, and from the services point of view. So most important is the hardware part, right? A B2B machine, the hardware, the plastics, etc., much more rigid. Because a B2B machine, person carries every day and take him to office and come back. So there's also a lot of.
और तुम अपने ऑफिस की दी हुई मशीन के साथ तो तुम कैसे बिहेव करते हो? खुद की जरा प्यार से रखोगे. इसको तो इधर उधर फेंक भी दोगे, कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. कभी गुस्सा आ गया तो उस पे ये भी करोगे, पता नहीं. You never know.
People does that. We have a lot of very funny stories.
Right.
But a machine has to go through all of that rigor, right? So that's why B2B. But raw materials are much more harder, much more, and the packing is also much more tighter. So a lot more screws, etc. So the architect of a B2B machine is completely different from a B2C machine.
Okay.
Though the RAM size, everything will be same.
Right.
But that thing is different. So typically a B2B machine runs easily for 5-6 years. Right. If you're doing fundamental things. Right. Whereas a B2C machine, तो आपके पास खुद भी होगा. Laptop लेके और 6 महीने के बाद धीरे हो जाता है.
Right.
Right. So that's that. That's on the hardware. On the software, etc. Also, professional versions of Windows, etc. are there.
Right.
Right. So obviously they have more features, and then you have more firewalls.
Yes.
On B2B machine.
Okay.
So those are the fundamental difference between a B2B and a B2C machine.
And so, am I generally not available? These things are not generally available on marketplaces.
They are, but they are much more expensive. They are very few because these are typically made on order. Although OEMs, it's made on order. They take 4 to 5 weeks to give it to you.
So OEMs meaning all HP, Dell, Apple, Samsung, Lenovo, all of these companies would make B2B machines separately and B2C machines separately?
Yes. And B2C you can get on a click of a button. B2B machine, typically the better the machine, you have to wait for that much period. So typically a laptop which is like 3 lakhs, 4 lakhs, you have to wait for 5-6 weeks for that. A laptop which is 1.5 lakhs, you have to still wait for 4 years for that. 4 weeks for that, sorry.
Okay.
And B2B machines which are very frequent, you tend to get it in a week's time. But still you have to wait for a week after placing the order.
So if I were to search B2B laptop on Amazon, what would I get? For example, just say B2B laptop. Because it will probably be not under 35,000, I guess.
Yeah.
Scroll below sponsored.
These are sponsored.
Okay, so now we're straight away getting warranties.
Yeah.
Would these be considered as B2B machines?
These won't be. Because typically the starting price of B2B,
expensive.
They will be much more expensive.
Okay.
This 20,000 machine, these are for like doing homework, taking those tuitions, etc.
Oh wow, we're getting into accessories and such.
Yeah. So
can you see Flipkart also if that is might give a better result? Open a new window. If you were to just search laptop B2B.
So you see here, these laptops are running for 2,80,000,
So Flipkart has better search results then. So you got Asus and Vivo Book, etc.
Yeah.
But this one is not. I had this machine some time back. It's probably not a B2B the way you describe it.
Yeah.
Because my daughter did end up breaking it.
Yeah.
So what happened, was I had two laptops. One was a normal one, and the other was which would go all the way 360 degree, right?
Yeah.
And she thought that the one which is normal is also the day because it looked the same.
Yeah.
And she just went and that broke. There was no way to fix it. I took it to the service center. That it just didn't work out. So we had to junk it.
Interesting.
Okay, so we understood the difference between B2C and B2B machines. So that's the first learning that any new business or anybody who's procuring IT equipment should understand is the difference between a B2C and a B2B machine. You got to ask for a B2B machine.
Yep.
Okay, so once I know that I now need B2B machines, now let's get into the topic of should I buy, should I rent, or should I lease? So if I'm running a company of 20 people, 50 people, 100, does it change by the size of the company?
No.
Okay.
No. So laptops are laptops, right? It's attached to an individual.
Right.
The amount of productivity you want out of it, an individual. You have to decide.
At a unit level itself, there is a difference.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little more about that?
So let's say if you're running a company and you have to figure out, okay, first of all, buy or rent.
Correct.
Right?
Let's talk about buy versus rent.
So if you have to first look into what is the role of the person who will be using it.
Okay.
If they are developers.
So in terms of the market size, what do you see more of? Do you see a larger market for developer kind or larger market for office usage, like people who are primarily going to use Microsoft Office products, or email and all that stuff, versus the ones who are really heavy into coding? Which is a bigger market?
Coding has their own market. Apple is essential to that, right? So there you typically go with new machines, right? Don't say buy, but lease them out, because as soon as you switch from buying to leasing, for 3 years you typically save around 20% straight, right? This is over and above your negotiated price with the OEMs, right?
All right. Now let's understand this whole business of laptops. विशाल, जब मैं किसी भी ऑफिस में काम करता था, तो हमेशा वो लगी रहती थी लोगों की कि यार मेरे को कौन सा लैपटॉप मिल रहा है, कि मुझे आईटी वाला क्या लैपटॉप देता है, फिर वो चलता है नहीं चलता है. एक बार मेरे साथ हुआ था, आई वाज सपोज्ड टू शो अ न्यू मार्केटिंग वीडियो दैट वी हैड मेड, एंड आई डिड अ ड्राई रन ऑन द, जैसे वो वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंस चल रहा था, मल्टीपल ऑफिसेज देयर एंड एवरीवन इज एक्साइटेड कि हमने नई फिल्म बनाई है, दिखाना है वगैरह. ड्राई रन में सही चल गया. जैसे उस पे वो लोड आया, जब मैंने वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंसिंग ऑन किया, ठीक है, और फिर एंड देन इट जस्ट डिडंट वर्क. इट वाज सुपर एम्बैरेसिंग. And the first thing I did was IT, यार क्या लैपटॉप दिया मुझे. I just joined that company and all that. Then the CTO was like, हाँ यार तेरे को तो बेटर लैपटॉप मिलना चाहिए. तो मुझे ये कभी सोचता ही नहीं था कि यार मैं जाके अच्छा लैपटॉप मांगू. अब जनरली क्या होता है, हर IT डिपार्टमेंट में एक स्टॉक पड़ा होता है, वो लोग लेके बैठ जाते हैं शायद. तो वो क्या होता है, या do they buy? Do they rent? Do they lease? How come they always have a laptop? So I've never worked in a company where I had to wait for a laptop, obviously, right? It doesn't make any sense. So how do companies do this? What is the difference between buying and renting or leasing for that matter?
So buying is essentially buying, right? You buy. So, but leasing / renting are essentially one and the same thing.
And buying means you directly buy from the OEM.
You buy from the OEM or you buy from distributors of the OEMs, but you directly buy, purchase, and the asset becomes yours.
Sure.
Right. Then
as an asset. So on your book, it's like an asset which is depreciating.
Correct.
Okay.
And then becomes all a new headache because these are IT goods. So they are governed by policies.
Right.
So you cannot dispose them before 5 years. Even when you're disposing, there are certain protocols which you have to follow, etc., etc.
Who sets these?
Government.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That if I as a company buy a laptop, I have to follow certain compliance guidelines?
Yes. You cannot sell that before 5 years, so you cannot dispose that before 5 years.
Oh, is that why companies end up donating their IT equipment?
Exactly, that's the only reason they end up donating it.
Oh, it's not so much altruistic.
But
maybe it is.
Yeah, maybe it is because the final output is good.
Yeah.
Right, but had it not been that rule, I don't see a lot of companies actually.
And inherent then there is a problem because most computers don't last that long. If you're using a machine, I mean, B2C machines for that matter or B2B also, 3-4 years में तो स्लो होने लगता है, सॉफ्टवेयर चेंज हो गया, ये हो गया, उसकी डिमांड बढ़ गई आपकी, यू वांट टू अपग्रेड एनीवे. सो 5 साल का कमिटमेंट तो बहुत ज़्यादा लगता है फिर.
हाँ, और टिपिकली जो कि सी it all depends on the mindset of the companies, right?
Right.
So the really good companies, the companies who are growing, they're making their EBITDA, they typically change their hardware after 3 years. Because a 1 hour delay or lag of your system essentially is taking away 1 hour of your salary of that employee.
Correct.
Right? People don't understand that, right? And if you do the ROI will be exponential, right? So, but good companies, if you look into Fortunes and big India groups who have very, very mature IT setup teams, they typically change after 3 years. There are set of companies who I've seen who essentially run their laptops for 8 years, 9 years also. Because for them, I won't give, jo hai usi se karo.
Correct.
And then the employee satisfaction in those companies is very, very, very low.
Yeah.
Right.
I remember पहले के ज़माने में, I don't know if it's still there, but there used to be laptop locks.
Yeah.
जब कंपनी आपको लैपटॉप देती है, पहले होता था कि हम लोग डेस्कटॉप पे काम कर रहे हैं, CRT और वो CPU जैसे आप पहले बोल रहे थे. You would get a laptop only if you are traveling to a client location.
Yes.
तो वो जाके आपको इशू कराना पड़ता था. IT डिपार्टमेंट भाई बड़े एहसान कर रहे हैं आपके ऊपर, आपको लैपटॉप मिल रहा है.
घर लैपटॉप लेके भी जाते थे टांग के.
वो बैग डाल के आप फिर एयरपोर्ट पे घूम रहे हो जानबूझ के दिखाने के लिए, that kind of thing was there. This is I think early 2000s probably.
Yeah.
और उसमें फिर आप वाईफाई ऑन करके, वाईफाई वाज अ बिग डील. तो तब वो लॉक वॉक मैकेनिज्म होता था. इज दैट व्हाट यू आर सेइंग कि एसेट लायबिलिटी होती है कि भाई आप इस लैपटॉप को वो नहीं कर सकते, कहीं आप छोड़ के नहीं जा सकते वगैरह वगैरह. वो बाइंग का एक बड़ा लिमिटेशन है व्हेन यू बाइंग सच थिंग्स.
No, there is no limitation in terms of usage if you buy or if you lease. It's very, very simple.
Sure.
A lot of people, it's good that you bought it up because in India, there's a huge amount of miscommunication about why people are still buying laptops.
Yeah.
Because it does not make any financial sense. एक पैसे का नहीं बनता. If you look abroad in US, Europe, everybody leases it.
Right.
In India, typically people buy. And especially in India, things are changing now. Now India, सोफा भी हम लोग रेंट पे ले रहे हैं.
Yeah.
कपड़े भी रेंट पे ले रहे हैं. तो लैपटॉप क्यों नहीं ले रहे भाई? लैपटॉप ले सकते हैं. तो
बाइंग तो समझ गया कि आप जाते हो OEM के पास, डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर तब खरीद लिए. रेंटिंग लीजिंग क्या बला है भाई?
रेंटल लीजिंग सिंपल है. अगर आपको छोटे ड्यूरेशन के लिए चाहिए, कि आपको 6 महीने के लिए चाहिए, 4 महीने चाहिए, आपका एक प्रोजेक्ट है, तो देन यू रेंट लैपटॉप्स. तो अगर द लॉकिंग पीरियड्स आर शॉर्टर, राइट, 2 years, less than 2 years, 6 months, 3 months, then it's called typically renting. You can rent a new machine, you can rent a old machine.
Sure.
Typically people give you slightly older machines also.
Right.
नए machines अगर आपको रेंट पे ले लोगे तो cost will be very high. Leasing is essentially for longer duration.
Sure.
So if you're running a stable business and let's say you are expanding the team by 100 people and you're planning to buy 100 laptops. 100 laptops is 1 CR. So do you want to take that call of investing that 1 CR straight away to just buy a hardware device, or you want to say okay, I won't put in that CAPEX and convert that into an OPEX model where I pay EMIs on that 1 CR of spend or 10 CR of spend and use that money in other places where I make more money, which is opportunity cost.
Okay.
Right, and so that's the trade-off which essentially companies do. And let me show you mathematically.
हाँ, जब ट्रेड ऑफ की बात आती है तो नंबर्स देखना जरूरी है. तो ये क्या है बताइए.
हाँ, तो this is my.
अच्छा, बाय द वे लोग AI में भी जाते हैं आजकल ना, सीधा जाके AI में पूछेंगे ये वाले सवाल. तो आप भी कुछ करते हो? लग रहा है कुछ ऐसा.
अरे सब कुछ AI से पहले कर रहे हैं.
हाँ, तो आपने कुछ Gemini में करा हुआ है, क्या है ये?
So this is a tool which you have created, laptop lease versus buy. तो कितना पैसा typically बचता है? This is a use case. Let me zoom up my screen. So I'm running on a typical laptop which is one machine.
One machine. Okay, so let's do at a unit level suppose.
Yeah, 1 lakh.
1 लाख की है, 3 साल के लिए मुझे चाहिए, 3 years. Company discount rate, what is that?
So if you have to do comparison, you have to do comparison one number, na? So it is essentially discount rate is used to calculate the NPV, net present value.
Okay.
Because 100 rupees today won't be 100 rupees after 3 years.
So it's inflation? Or no?
It's inflation.
Or depreciation of the machine?
No, it's just the inflation part of it.
Okay, the inflation is 10%. Okay.
So एकदम देसी भाषा में वो समझ सकते हैं. Then corporate tax is 25.7, GST is 18. Then it says कि okay, mode of finance, how will you take out that money? So if you have to spend 1 lakh rupees, from where this money will come from?
Okay.
Will it be from equity or will it be by loan? And what will the cost of that? So let's say if I put 8%, so even if you put money in mutual funds, you easily make 8%, right?
Okay, so when you say fund by equity means instead of giving cash, or I'm giving cash, but if I were to put that cash somewhere, I would make 8% money on that.
Yes.
हाँ, 1 लाख की मशीन खरीदने से अच्छा मैं EMI भर रहा हूँ, तो वो पैसा मेरा इन्वेस्ट होते जा रहा है, उसमें मैं 8% साल का कमा रहा हूँ. Okay.
Right. Then 3 साल का depreciation period, WDV by 30 से 40%.
What is WDV?
It's the depreciation method, right?
Okay.
So there are two. One is manual and another is WDV. Manual is essentially 33%, 33%, 33%. WDV is 40%. लगाते पहले साल. Residual value होता नहीं है. So even if you look here, 5% as per Schedule 2 of the Companies Act is the maximum which you are allowed. That too after 5 years.
Okay.
But 3 साल में मैंने 5% residual value निकाल दिया. Residual value is essentially if you sell those laptops, how much you will make.
Yeah.
So if a lakh rupees laptop will typically give you 5,000 rupees.
Correct.
By law.
Yeah, when I was leaving on company, then I generally ask him because I told you, my daughter had broken her laptop already.
Yeah.
So now when I was leaving that company, I had already been using that particular laptop and had been working there for 3+ years. So I just asked casually, what do you do with this laptop when I return it? He said, oh, we just dispose it or something.
Yeah.
I said, for how much would you get? So like 3,000 rupees, 4,000 मुझे ही दे दो because now if my daughter breaks that, it will not be that bad. 3,000. So I got. So that is what it is probably.
Yes,
yeah?
yes, that's the residual
Okay.
value. And then this is lease. You can see rates, etc.
Sure.
And these are internal calculations. But when you click on, see, on a 1 lakh machine,
Right.
on our standard rates, a company will save 23.35% as compared to buying it.
Okay. And
So-
buying, I have to pay 1 lakh upfront, and then, or if I'm paying by installment, then I'm paying interest on top of it.
Yes, yes. So let me show you the calculation. तो year 0 में अगर आप buy कर रहे हो तो 1 लाख और 18,000 GST तो 1,18,000 आपको निकल गया. This is what's the money which is going out.
Right.
Right, plus that opportunity cost. Had you not spent 1 lakh here, but just given rent of let's say 4,000 rupees or 3,000
Sure.
rupees, remaining 93 to 94,000 rupees, you would have spent and made this opportunity cost at 8%. Right, and then there's a reversal of tax because you are selling it off before 5
Eventually.
years, so 3,600 rupees for that. These are all the outflows.
Sure.
These are the inflows. So in inflow, you get your GST credit, so 18,000 rupees that. Then you get your depreciation. So WDV method, 10,000, then 6,000, 3,000. And then there's this residual value, right? 5%. So you are essentially net you're paying 1,04,000 rupees.
Okay.
Right, which is the case here. So
Sure.
outflow 144.
1,04,880 rupees.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, when it comes to lease, let me show you how the calculation looks like. So for lease, you pay this as an annual installment, 50,000 rupees. This includes GST plus this is one number, but you pay it in months.
Sure.
So we make each type of flexibility, like quarterly if you want to pay or monthly or whatnot.
Okay. खाता खुल गया.
हाँ, तो ये है. And then you also get tax benefit here. Same the GST thing यहाँ पे भी आपको मिलता है.
Okay.
And then you can show it as expense in your balance sheet, and you can claim all of that. So
Okay.
हाँ, तो people typically purchase a lot of things for depreciation, but if you look at depreciation, you at a net present value which you're getting after 3 years is 16,868. Whereas if you expense everything, you are getting more. You are getting 19,338. And sorry, 27,041.
Wow.
So it's 27,000 compared to 16,000.
9,000, 11,000 is right there.
Yeah. So
Okay.
80,000 rupees you make.
Right.
And that's essentially give you 23.35% saving. And the beauty of all of this is over and above the negotiation which you have done with the OEMs.
Right.
So typically companies negotiate really hard with the OEMs, get 10%, 12%, 15% based on the spend, that
Sure.
discount, and they're happy with it. This is, once you have done 15%, this 20% comes on top of that.
So a good point. So let's say if I'm buying in bulk, I can always negotiate with the OEM.
Yes.
कि भी 1 लाख की मशीन मुझे आप 90 में दे दो या 85 में दे दो, whatever, something like that. And they will also give me a volume discount, so to speak, I suppose.
Correct.
Usual होगा किसी भी business में जैसे होता है.
Correct.
तो do you also pass on those benefits?
हाँ. And we are also fine कि आप अपने OEM से हमको बस बोल दो कि पैसे वो ना देके हम देंगे. So राम, ये लीजिंग वाला जो business है, this is not laptop, desktop.
Yeah.
We are only focusing on laptop, desktops and servers, 3 IT devices.
Sure.
But essentially we are into money lending business.
Okay, explain that.
Their clients have been working with us for 20 years and they buy 5,000 machine. Take 5,000 machine from us every 3 years. So for us to provide them 5,000 machines, we have to invest 50 CR for them, right?
Right.
So what we tell them was, okay, we will invest that 50 CR. You use that 50 CR in your other activities and make a lot of money. And you pay us in EMIs. And after 3 years, right, we will refresh the laptops and give you the new ones. So your user experience is the same. There is no productivity loss. You also save a lot of money on that. Plus all the headache of disposing, all of that is gone. So, and it's catching up in India. And also with the current geopolitical environment where the market is under a bit of pressure.
Yeah.
Typically, you don't want to block your CAPEX
Sure.
into hardware. right? So that's why we are seeing a lot of traction in this industry. That's one. Second thing is so that's essentially.
So it's straightforward. You're saying there is a 23 point. So let's just say about 23% benefit that you get when you move from buy to lease.
Yes.
Straight away. And the other allied benefits that you don't have to worry about disposing of the machines, etc. What about maintenance? So when you're buying a huge quantity, you probably have your own IT department. There are people who are ready to fix things, and the OEM support is also there. Because you bought in bulk, so there naturally the after sales service would be there. Would you expect the same from a leasing vendor?
Yeah, same. Except thing changes. So you get the same machines. Earlier you were getting the machines from the OEM, still you get the machines from the OEM straight. Earlier you were getting the OEM support, still you are getting the OEM support. All the warranties which you are getting from the OEM, still you are getting the same warranties from the OEM.
Okay.
So everything essentially remains the same, even while disposing of, right? Every company has the guidelines to dispose of the assets. Some company take out the hard drive, some company wipe out their system and get a certificate. It's still the same. So nothing changes.
Wow.
It's just all the headache of maintaining all those machines and all the headache of collecting the CAPEX for that and investing to that is gone. Plus you get that savings, right?
Nice. And for the OEM, nothing changes because the number of machines they have to sell is the same. They're not losing out because they're getting leased. Right? Oh, wow.
So OEM takes the money on day one. And irrespective whether in the buying case, the client is paying them the entire money. In leasing case, we are paying the entire money.
Wow.
Right.
So there is a lot of investment from your side then, right up front?
Huge amount of investment.
Okay. And then the pressure is on you to make sure that as many machines get leased out as your. Or do you do it on order, like you find a client and then you put an order to the OEM?
We do maintain an inventory, but typically, so 50% of business, since we are running a 25-year-old business, right, we have very clear forecasts, etc.
The demand forecasting is easy.
So for the new customers sorted, for the old customers sorted, for the new ones we do keep some amount of inventory and then keep on buying based on the orders, right? Because here also there's a lot of complication, a lot of specs, different type of laptops, etc. And there are two other things now which are very interesting to sort of highlight in today's scenario.
Sure.
पहले क्या होता था, लैपटॉप का एक प्राइस होता था वो 6-6 महीने में बढ़ता था या चेंज हो जाता था. अभी लैपटॉप प्राइसेस हर हफ्ते बदल रहा है.
क्यों?
Because of AI companies. So AI companies have now consumed a lot of RAM. Right. And because of that, RAM prices have gone up because the supply of the RAM has suddenly become.
Oh wow! Right. So there's a huge demand on the components of the computing machines.
Huge. And AI companies are now buying in. Laptops companies are not getting the RAM. So because of that, the prices have gone up of RAM. And let me show you. So the products which you do, laptop, desktop, servers, all brands, everything, Dell, etc., single product solutions for everything.
So all the marquee brands you have.
So now the top 3 reasons why companies are shifting from purchasing to leasing, right? I told you about the prices, right? So if you look into this chart.
Can you zoom in on the chart, please?
Right, if you look into the chart, these are the prices of RAM prices, right? And these are quarter on quarter, they have seen a hockey stick growth, and this is expected to grow. And because of that, the other blue line which you see are the prices of the laptops.
So if the price in Q1 of 25 was 100, now it is almost what now?
In Q1, let's say it was 90. Now we are sitting in Q1 26 is 190.
Wow.
So
almost doubled.
More than double. So
and the blue line is the
price of the laptops.
Oh wow. So there's a huge impact on the pricing itself.
Yes. So RAM, which was earlier 4,000 rupees 6-7 months back, are now I think 15,000-20,000 rupees. Right.
So how does leasing save me from these pricing fluctuations?
So हम क्या करते हैं, we go with a solution. So one thing which we have done in this industry now, your laptop, ये बहुत fragmented mom and pop sort of industry है, क्योंकि बहुत capex heavy है, और उसमें break even काफी दिनों के बाद आता है.
Right.
तो in today's world where people are more doing D2C etc. तो ये entrepreneur 10 करोड़ अगर लगा रहा है, तो उसको कल ROI चाहिए.
Correct.
राइट यहाँ पे कोई 10 करोड़ लगा के 3 साल के बाद 3.5 साल के बाद ब्रेक इवन का वेट नहीं करता. इन दिस बिजनेस दिस इज रियलिटी, राइट. तो उस पर हम लोग क्या करते हैं, इसीलिए ज़्यादा वेंडर नहीं आते हैं. आपको अगर इफ़ यू वांट अ गुड लैपटॉप रेंटल, ये आपको उतनी अच्छी सर्विस मिलती नहीं है, राइट. बट बिकॉज वी हैव बीन इन द मार्केट 25 years, वी हैव मनी एसेट्रा एसेट्रा सॉर्टेड प्रोसेसेस एसेट्रा. व्हाट वी गो एंड डू टू द टॉक टू द क्लाइंट्स इज कि भाई आपका बजट क्या है साल भर का, राइट. ये बजट है, हम इस बजट पे देंगे, इसके ऊपर अगर प्राइस गया तब मेरा हिट है.
Oh.
We also do that. And this is a huge challenge for IT teams and C-level teams, especially if they are big companies, right?
Right.
A lot of employees, right? Flipkart, etc. 10,000, 20,000 employees, right? Because आज उन्होंने बजट किया है 100 करोड़ और प्राइसेस ही बढ़ गए 120 करोड़ हो गए, तो कैसे करेंगे?
कम लैपटॉप तो नहीं ले सकते.
हाँ, करेक्ट. ऑनर सस्ते और लेना तो है ही.
करेक्ट.
तो वहाँ पे हम जाके रेट भी फिक्स कर देते हैं कि आपका इतना, आपका बजट ऊपर नहीं आएगा, कोई हिट होगा हमारा.
You guarantee the rate for the entire year.
Yes.
Okay.
And this is the reason we all our clients, right? Top 10 clients have been with us on for an average of 15 years.
Wow.
Some of our clients are still there with us for 22, 23 years.
Wow.
Right.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
बहुत कम businesses में होता है कि लोग इतने दिनों तक एक vendor के साथ चलते. So what makes you different? See, what is so great that people are sticking with you for decades now?
It's the culture. So companies who have used us, they can tell you, and I can give you an example.
Because the reason I ask is that it's if you say like in your word money lending, in the sense it's an accounting thing, or it's about how do you sort of play with the mechanisms rather than the machine itself, then what is the difference? Like anybody can do this. I understand the CAPEX requirement is huge.
Yeah.
The entry barrier is significant, but anybody can do this. Is there innovation here or not? Or what is the difference then?
Yeah, and no innovation as such, because this is very simple brick and mortar. As you said, anybody can do it, right? It's the durability.
I mean, anybody, matlab, not anybody, but anybody who wants to can figure this out.
Yes,
but especially after watching this podcast, maybe people will get into this business. I don't know.
Yeah. So, and the differentiator is the durability, right? So, not in terms of, or not the durability, duration of the business.
Sure.
So this business runs on cycles.
Yeah.
So what we do is typically we take a machine, we lease it out for 3 years or 4 years, and then we take it back. This is called as an operating lease, and then we give them the new device.
Right.
Once the laptop come back, then we refurbish it, polish it, make sure that it's perfect again, and then we rent it out. So
for shorter durations.
For shorter duration, or for even if they want for longer duration, 1 or 2 years, we do that. So I am blocking my money till 3.5 years, then I start making money after that. Right? तो ये साइकिल पे चलता है. हर 3 साल का साइकिल जो कर लेता है, उनके बाद इतनी इन्वेंट्री आ जाती है, उस इन्वेंट्री को रेंट पे चढ़ाते हैं, तो फिर पैसा बनाते हैं.
Right.
तो हम लोग 25 साल करके हमारे पास 8 साइकिल हो गए.
Okay. So what is the difference between monthly rent payment versus monthly lease payment? कितना फर्क पड़ता है?
रेंटल पेमेंट ज़्यादा होता है लीजिंग से.
हाँ, कितना फर्क पड़ता होगा?
डिपेंड्स ऑन द मशीन, बट अगर मैं डिपेंड्स कि अगर आप जैसे एक लैपटॉप है, आपने एक दिन की इवेंट के लिए मांगे, जैसे काफ़ी कॉलेजेस या गवर्नमेंट के होते हैं वो इवेंट्स करते हैं, तो जितना छोटा ड्यूरेशन उतना ज़्यादा होता है.
ओके.
लेट्स से टिपिकली 1 लाख का एक लैपटॉप है, अगर आप उसको लीज करते हो तो उसमें आपका रेंट आएगा महीने का अराउंड 3,300.
राइट.
50 का होगा तो उसका.
बट आपकी कमिटमेंट 3 साल की है.
3 साल की है.
ओके.
और अगर आप वही लैपटॉप अगर आप मेरे से 1 महीने के लिए रेंट करते हो तो वो रेंट शायद 7-8 हज़ार रुपये चले जाएगा.
डबल ट्रिपल,
क्योंकि आप ड्यूरेशन कम है, लॉजिस्टिक कॉस्ट ज़्यादा होता है, वेयर एंड टियर होता है. सो इट डिपेंड्स ऑन दैट. एंड रेंटिंग में टिपिकली अगर आप लॉन्ग टर्म का रेंटिंग है और तो फिर आपका 1 लाख का मशीन है तो आपका रेंट पड़ेगा अराउंड 2,000-1,500, क्योंकि वो ब्रांड न्यू मशीन्स नहीं है, वो रिफर्बिश्ड है.
ओके.
तो टिपिकली व्हाट कंपनीज डू इज फॉर प्लेसेस वेयर दे रिक्वायर अ लॉट ऑफ प्रोसेसिंग स्पीड एटसेट्रा, जैसे डेवलप वो कोडर्स हैं और ये सब इसमें हैवी सॉफ्टवेयर चला रहे हैं, AI चला रहे हो, तो दे बाय और टिपिकली लीज न्यू मशीन्स.
राइट.
एंड फॉर बैक ऑफिस जॉब्स लाइक से HR है, फाइनेंस है, सेल्स है, जहाँ पे से मुझे एक्सेल फाइल चलाने हैं, मोटामोटी एक इंटरनल सॉफ्टवेयर होगा, लाइट वर्क. सो देयर अ रिफर्बिश्ड laptop, an old laptop does wonders if it's a B2B machine.
Okay.
The productivity is still good.
Sure.
So that's how also companies are now saving on their IT spend. So they have a hybrid where they lease certain machines, they rent certain machines. And then overall, if they do both of that, typically if a company is only in this habit of buying new machines for everyone, right? Vis-a-vis a company who is just leasing the same machine for everyone, they save 20-25%. If the companies create an hybrid of buying certain machines and then renting certain machine, right, old machines, then they save another 10%.
Okay.
So the message is very clear. In today's market, there is a 35% savings which you are ignoring.
Right.
Right. Because you're still in that phobia of buying assets, because A, it looks good on a balance sheet because you're building asset, but it's a depreciating asset.
Correct.
And B, you care about security, which is actually not the case. You still get the laptops.
I mean, obviously, I think the numbers are right there. It's very obvious that it's a long duration thing that you have. Obviously, leasing makes a lot more monetary sense than buying all these laptops and same for desktops and servers and what have you.
Correct. And if you look here, buy versus lease, so upfront cost is high on buy 100%. In lease, you have to pay that 10% security deposit. Maintenance is extremely high, is zero. Overall tax benefit, you get more tax benefit when you lease things out.
Okay.
Depreciation risk is here, 100 here is zero. And then the asset disposal and the OEM support and data security exactly the same. Nothing changes here.
Right. Oh, brilliant. So this is very clear to me. I mean, if I were to run a company, I would straight away go into lease. I think the only reason why I would probably end up renting is when there is a seasonal spike. For example, if I'm an e-commerce company and there is a spike I see in so if there is a seasonal spike that I see around Diwali, for example, and suddenly I have a lot more staff which has come in for a short duration, I might rent machines for those people. And when they go away, I give those machines back.
Yeah.
That's probably a use case where rent makes sense.
Yes.
Okay.
A lot of, when your projects, when the seasonal happen, that's exactly, you hit it right.
Okay, perfect. Okay, brilliant. I think the maths does its job. I think there is nothing that you can. And so now talking about difference between different leasing companies, what would make for a good leasing company whom I should trust versus somebody else? Okay, so you have a slide on this.
Yeah, I can show you that slide because this is a question which a lot of people ask.
Right.
So we are the only company in India who only focuses on leasing IT devices.
Okay.
So they are company, leasing क्या होता है? Leasing आप पैसे उधार दे रहे हो.
Right.
There are a lot of companies जो कि पैसे उधार सब चीज़ के लिए देते हैं. वो लैपटॉप के लिए भी दे देता है. वो कार रेंटर्स के लिए भी देते हैं. वो हेवी मशीन्स के लिए देते हैं. लैपटॉप के लिए भी देते हैं. हम सिर्फ लैपटॉप पे फोकस मारते हैं. That's our biggest differentiation because उनके लिए you are just an item on their invoice. And as soon as the leasing period is over, they will just come and pick up those and then they will sell it off.
Okay.
So they don't love their machines and because of that, when the stuffs are picked, you go and ask anyone. There's a lot of hassle. उसमें वो the microphone कहते हैं यहाँ पे scratch है ये है you give me extra because they're trying to squeeze the money. Whereas for us, because we love our machines, we say कि कोई scratches कोई नहीं. We don't charge
the focus on one particular vertical is very clear.
Correct.
100%.
And so these are the changes. Focus on IT is the number one thing. Then post-lease experience is also same. We just take the machine as it is. We don't make any fuss or fuss there. We don't charge any penalties. We haven't done any legal case so far in our life. And imagine that it's money lending business.
Right.
So we have lended so much money, but so far it's been so smooth.
Touch wood.
Yeah. Then etc. And then I told you, right, this market is a very mom and pop sort of a fragmented environment. So we have our portals, etc. Then penalties on missed EMIs, so we don't do that. Pending, these are all small things.
ठीक है, और बेचना जरूरी नहीं है. There are these qualitative aspects which differentiate you from other leasing companies possibly. Correct. And are you available across the country or is just the metros that you?
Pan India.
And there would be people who would help people out because this is, or is it like, should I go in your website, put in an order and you send it by courier, the machines, or somebody comes and installs?
We are going that journey. There are a lot of announcements coming. But right now it's more of an engagement management sort of role. So you come in your website order, then an engagement gets connected to you because it's much more consultative. We guide them, okay, कौन सी machine चाहिए. Sometimes companies say कि मुझे ये machine चाहिए. हम कहेंगे भाई ये machine में तुम्हारा सॉफ्टवेयर चलेगा ही नहीं. तुम ले तो लोगे, बाद में फिर आके बोलोगे कि भाई ये तो चल नहीं रहा था, लैपटॉप में गड़बड़ी है.
वो advice भी देते हो आप?
हाँ, वो advice भी देते हैं.
Okay, so clear है. I think there are qualitative aspects which differentiate CPROM. So when it comes to somebody come to your website, you follow them up and you send your people over there and sort it out and you advise them also on what machines, what would be right. So most of your deals are customized?
Yes.
Oh,
and we have people pan-India. They've grown aggressively. So almost all major cities we have people, so they go and visit and create a solution.
Yeah, but if you were to summarize, why do companies trust you? Like many years, new company, why should I come and trust you straight away?
It's a brand which we have developed. So the reason we were able to grow so naturally and so organically is because, let me give you an example. When COVID happened, it was a supplier market, right? हम लोग के पास जिसके पास माल है, लोग desperate थे कि भाई laptop दे दो, because everybody was locked at home. Everybody wanted laptops for their meetings and work. There was huge shortage of laptops. And some business really pick up during COVID time, right? Especially IT businesses. So some of our clients, most of our clients, we essentially gave orders to our existing client first, and we never increased our rates. Right, despite we having huge amount of demand, and people were willing to give us anything.
So when you stood by your clients in the time of crisis, now they're standing with you throughout. I think that's a very important business lesson, and I think any business should learn from this, that when there is a situation which demands you to stand with your clients or stand for them, and you do that, then people will not forget. They will repay you in their trust and loyalty throughout for many years, decades.
Yes,
Brilliant.
decades.
I think that's a phenomenal point.
Yeah, and that's a core difference. So the entire mindset, this company is based out of Sikandrabad in Hyderabad, that too in a small corridor, very humble place, etc. etc. So the entire concept of being is, we have kept this company very simple, very basic. Trust is what is the fundamental, what we look into it. And then we cherish and support our clients.
Nice.
And we always believe in having that long-term relationship.
Sure.
Because when you have that, you are sorted, your financials are sorted, and then you grow.
Yeah.
So another last thing, before I joined, there were only 2 sales guys. So those 2 sales guys have helped to grow so much.
Wow.
Because almost all our business came from references.
Nice.
Right. Now we have to grow 4x, 5x. So now we are investing in sales. We have not invested in sales so far.
Wow. Wow.
Right.
Wow. That's pretty good. That's why you probably didn't need to advertise also, I guess.
Yeah. We hardly do any marketing.
Yeah. Not required. I think I see the business the way it is. I don't think it requires overtly to be marketed.
Yes.
No, brilliant. Thank you so much for explaining this. I think it's very clear to me, at least, in terms of how or what makes sense, what kind of maths. It may sound a bit complicated because there are so many of these percentages and rates and taxes and this and that. But I think a 10-15 minute session with somebody from C-Prompt will help anybody understand exactly what is the right deal or how you should go about procuring your IT equipment.
Correct.
Or anybody for that matter. Is that tool available for anybody to use, or it's only proprietary?
This is proprietary. But once we get in discussion with the client, we share them their specific Excel files.
Right.
So we do share the tools with them, so that it becomes very easy for them.
Nice.
And once they see the numbers, like 20% savings, and they get it validated from the CFOs, then it's a no-brainer.
Wow. So what's next for the CEO sub and for C-Prompt? How are things looking given the current economy, the way things are? What's your view on how things this year is going to be, and what's your plan for the next 5 years? You said you had a vision for 5 years.
Yes,
would like to share.
Yes. I can share it in bit and pieces. So this year is looking very, very good. And geopolitical situation right now has helped our business positively. Because companies are converting their CAPEX to OPEX.
Right.
So that is good. We are also completed our transformation journey in terms of technology. So when I came in, we started doing technology transformation, etc. So all of that is done. So now, right now, we are scaling up, hiring a lot of people, multiplying the team by 3 years, and hopefully the revenue will also get translated into 3 years.
What kind of people are you hiring?
All sort of people. All sort of across board, mainly sales, marketing.
उसमें थोड़ा specific होना पड़ेगा ना, all sort मतलब क्या?
So we are hiring across board. So
entry level jobs like sales people,
sales technicians, feet on street, marketing, digital marketing. So if you're looking out for a job, please share your CVs. We are hiring aggressively. So that's one. And the second, once this is done, we are also planning to go into B2C, which is a different ball game altogether.
Yes.
So we want to give laptops, just the way companies are giving phones on rent.
Oh yeah.
We are giving laptops on rent to individuals. For students who are planning for an exam, they need a laptop for 3 months just to study. Because more often than not, you have 1 or 2 laptops in a family and they share.
Correct.
Right. So we are planning B2C that will completely transform and change. And we also are planning for IPO. That's also on cards.
Wow. Brilliant.
Things are.
I wish you all the best for these future plans. And I think the way you are doing this and the way you have explained everything, it seems like on the right track.
Yeah.
All the very best to you, Vishal, and to your entire team. I think this is fantastic.
Thank you so much, Ram.
Thank you so much for spending the time and explaining in such detail. This is really a working session, a lot of learning for me personally, and I'm sure anybody who watches this will be. So thanks a lot for your time once again.
Thank you so much, Ram. Pleasure speaking to you.
And thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for more.